Welcome, guys, to another episode of Listen to Become. Sitting right in front of you, as you all know, is your host with the most, Barbara. And right next to me is
And
Yes. So today I know you guys missed us and we're not ready
mhm.
to waste your time as usual. Our topic for today will be mentorship. And I'm going to start off with telling you guys what I think mentorship is, having a mentor is. So, mentorship, as I know, should be having someone who has gained more experience over time than you, who is looking up to that person. And I think it's also very important that we as humans should have a mentor to guide our paths as we go towards that journey we want to, um, go into, we want to go for those things that we want to attain. We need people who have gone through such things to, boost our energy, our mindset to achieve those things. So on today's episode, we would like to hear what you think about that too.
Okay, mentorship. So, hmm. Mentorship is a very, very key part of everyone's life. Um, if we want to talk about it in a very, very layman understanding, mentorship is training.
Okay.
So, mentorship does not necessarily have to be with um, it doesn't necessarily have to be with someone that you want to be like. It can be someone else. At the same time, it can be that person that you want to be like. It doesn't entirely,
Yeah, it doesn't
yeah,
have to be that person at the most.
yeah. So it can be someone else in the sense that, some people have like role models that they want to be like. They
Hmm.
say, oh, this is my role model. And they still go outside to, um, they still go outside to see that they walk towards becoming like that person, like that they are able to achieve what that person has achieved. So going outside to become like that person requires you to meet someone that is not that role model, because sometimes your role model might be one of the superstars and you may not, be able to access them because they're on a different pedestal and you're on a different pedestal. So in order for you to get to that pedestal to access them, you need mentorship. You need someone who has the knowledge, knowledge on how to, bring you up to that pedestal where your role model, or like where your role model is, so that you can meet them, or at least to the extent where you can relate. Like your role model can see you. Your role model cannot be all the way up here and you're all the way down here, and
Hmm.
you expect them to just see you. It takes a lot. You know what I mean? I mean, they can in very few cases.
Hmm.
And that's a different thing altogether. That is something that I would consider more of
Grace.
grace,
Yeah.
more of grace. You know what I mean? Yeah. So that is that for that. I feel like mentorship has to, it has to impact your life greatly. Who are you listening to? Who are you gaining your principles from? Where are you getting those principles for life? Principles that would drive you, that would make you become better. Where are you getting all of those principles
Who
from?
are the kind of who are the kind of persons that you would say people should have as mentors?
I would say if you want to get a mentor that has track record. For example, myself. So recently, I started to listen to morning motivations.
Okay.
So I didn't even go far. I just one day, I just woke up one day and I was feeling so down. and I needed something to motivate me to get up and work.
Mm-hmm.
And I just went on YouTube, and I don't know, God was just on my side that day. I didn't really have to do much. I just saw it right on my screen. It just said Money Motivation by TD Jakes. And I just played it. And as I played the video, I listened to him, and he said a lot. You guys want to check it out. Like, he said a lot of good things that have birthed the changes that I see around me today, that have bettered the zeal and changes. Mm-hmm. Like, he did mention some things like, he said, if you want to succeed in life, you cannot dwell on your regular 9 to 5.
Absolutely.
And I was about to start working. So when I saw the video, I was like, okay, so I should just go back to sleep because, but that's not to say that working your regular 9 to 5 job is not a thing. People survive off that, but that whole thing is to tell you that there are other ways that you should look at in order to succeed in life. It doesn't necessarily have to be, there's a pattern. A lot of people just meet a certain pattern. Your mom works in 9 to 5, your dad works in 9 to 5, they give it to you, you get into high school, you get a 9 to 5, you go to college, you finish college, get a degree, you work in 9 to 5, and that pattern just keeps going.
So I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
Working a 9 to 5,
mm-hmm.
I'm going to take it that you're not saying working a 9 to 5 is wrong.
Mm-hmm.
But then there are people that do not have any means, or they just have a job.
Mm-hmm.
There's no way like they can have money if they don't work that 9 to 5 jobs.
Mm-hmm.
So would you say that working a 9 to 5 job, once you work on, because for me, I'm thinking if I work a 9 to 5 job, I can save up the money
mm-hmm.
and try to open up an extra business on the side.
Exactly.
But either ways, you have to do a 9 to 5.
That's what I'm saying. So you have to do a job in order to raise funds for you to actually break out of a 9 to 5. Because America is programmed in a way that it keeps you working a 9 to 5, because the bills will not stop coming anyways.
Right.
The bills will not stop coming. Reality. And I'm sure it's the same with Europe.
And you can't just open a business. You cannot just open up a business and it would start booming up and you start getting those money. Would still need to work on that 9 to 5 job.
The thing is working a 9 to 5, nobody's disputing the fact that working a 9 to 5 is a good thing.
Right.
Or it's a thing that you have to do.
Mm-hmm.
But there are other ways that you can make money.
Because
in order for you to progress in your life, you cannot dwell on a 9 to 5. If you dwell on a 9 to 5, you will end up
helping another man,
Not even aside helping another man build his own business, you will end up in just the average. If you'd be in either poverty level or average level. Because of the kind of job that you do. Because the job that you do would require you to take extra shifts if you live in, if you have more people in your family, if you have more responsibilities, it would require you to take extra shift upon extra shift. And what does that do? It deteriorates your health. It brings you down from, every time you deprive yourself of sleep, you're killing yourself internally. So because you're trying to do all of those things, you find out that, this and this and that, that and that and that, you just keep deteriorating and deteriorating and deteriorating. So when I listened to the message, what he said was, what Pastor TJ said was, as a person, you need to grow. You need to build yourself in a way that you can break out of the regular. You don't want to be like every other person. First things first, there are multiple ways that you can make money aside working a 9 to 5. You can create multiple streams of income. That's why I said mentorship is very important. Who you listen to, make sure the person has track records. Have you ever seen Pastor T.D. Jakes' church, his congregation? If you see his congregation, you'd see that he has track records. That is years of hard work, sacrifice. It takes hard work, sacrifice, and everything good to get to that point. Have you seen his daughter, Sarah Jakes? She's phenomenal. She's a great woman. She's doing the Lord's work.
That's where the words steady but surely.
Exactly. So she's doing the Lord's work. She's doing something super for God. She's inspiring other women. You know, she has a story that whenever I'm sure whenever
every great person has a story.
Yeah, and you just see that this person has track records. So make sure that whoever you're listening to is someone that you can follow, you can see track records, because now I'm speaking about the message that changed my whole mindset, the message that brought about the recent changes in my life, in my decisions, in the way that I decided that I'm going to start to do things. You need to create multiple streams of income. When you say creating multiple streams of income, yes, Rome was not built in a day. Right. Baby steps, as I always say. You can work a 9 to 5. There are businesses that you can start with $1,000, $1,000. There's social media. You can become an influencer. You can become an entrepreneur. You can become something like a socialite. You can become there are ways that you can make money outside of waking up every morning and, running to your job. You know what I mean? So you look at these people, you look at the fact that they've achieved so much, and you'll be like, this is someone I want to listen to. So I listened to that message and I brushed myself up. I said, okay, I'm going to try to build myself this year. And then I decided I want to do business. I paid to learn a business. I decided I want to grow my social media. I started to work on it.
All right.
We discussed it, right? And we said, okay, let's go for it. You know what I mean? So it is mentorship. I did not have to go too far. I just went on YouTube. It can be anywhere. You can get your mentor from anywhere. It doesn't have to be a role model. I mean, the person doesn't have to be a role model.
It can be your father. It can be your mother.
It can be
your sister.
Like somebody that has a track record of great things, and somebody that has wisdom.
And something I want to add to having a role model, because sometimes people come out and say, this is my role model, and they don't know much about this person. You just listen to this person. Do you read their books? Do you know those vital things? Aside from listening to them and taking out those points, there are vital things in their lives that you need to know. It's personal, but you still gotta know them, because those people share it regardless.
Yeah. Those are their principles. Those are principles. The force that drives you to become a great person is principle. If you're a principled person, you'll do things in certain ways that other people may not be able to relate to. So if you're a principled person, you find that most of the time when you do your thing, it's gonna be in a certain way. It's gonna follow a certain pattern. You see that? Because you see those people, they have principles. They journal everything. They have a reminder for everything. They have a lifestyle. They have a pattern. They have a procedure. And you are just sitting down there doing things anyhow, and you want to be great. You want to be like your role model. You need to look at that person that you consider your role model and be like, this person is my role model. in order for me to get to this point, what do I need to do? Now, it's one thing to ask yourself that question, and it's another thing to get to know what they're actually doing, right? Now, you are not on the pedestal that they are. So getting to them may seem hard for you. So what do you do in that situation? You find someone. You find someone around you. Like, you find someone that has wisdom.
All right.
Because wisdom is the principal thing.
Mm-hmm.
If you find someone that is wise, a person that is wise will be able to educate you on certain principles that can bring you to a certain level where you can meet with
your minds.
Yes, where you can meet with your role model. Now, when you have access to your role model, that's when you need to use your head the most. You start to observe. You start to emulate. You start to, pay attention to details. That now will bet that growth that you want to attain. You see that? It will now restructure, rebrand you. Do you see that? It will now repackage you to fit into that standard.
Mm-hmm.
But first, you need to put in the work. And what is the work? You need a mentor. You need someone that will educate you. You need someone that will tell you the principles in order to get to those points. And sometimes the information that you're looking for is in a book.
Exactly. That's why I said that.
It's in a book. That's why we have to be wise. Sometimes the information that you're looking for, those principles that you're looking for, is in a book. But how many people are willing to read? People will rather spend the whole day on social media, on feeds and other people's lives.
You don't have to actually purchase these books with hard covers. Like, we have the
PDFs,
on our phones where you can just play it, and
you have some of them have podcasts and all that. You can listen to them. You can just savor the whole thing, like the whole information. Like, it changes you. What you feed your soul changes you. Who you listen to changes you. It bets a new you. You'll be so surprised.
Yeah, like Oprah Winfrey would say, when those books you read are a light to your life. Like, it just increases and turns your situation, your life.
Absolutely. The books you read, the videos you watch, the informations you gather, all of those things are the things that will set you apart from the rest of the people.
And it's not like I feel like when you take this type of information in, depending on when, because I'm a night reader, right? So when I could be sleeping and just turn on something and be listening to it, and it goes to stick in my long-term memory. And in between my sleep, because I'm a light sleeper, I could take out an information. I could still hear what I'm currently listening to, and it stays there, and the next morning I'm like, oh, this was what was said. So that thing grows with me. It goes with me.
Right.
It just sticks there.
Yeah, absolutely. Because, mentorship is very, very important, honestly, because in business, you need a mentor. Like I told you, I paid to learn a certain business that, I want to do, because I know that this thing is something that I can actually Google. I can actually, I can just.
But you have a lot of information.
I can actually Google. I can actually find a way around it, and I could just challenge myself to go for it without having a mentor. But when you have a mentor, you know what a mentor does for you? They open your eyes to deeper things.
Right.
Like the person I said I needed to learn the business from. When I paid for the business, what the perks that comes with it is, at the end of the training and everything, you're going to get contacts. You see that? And you know what contact does now? You need connection.
Yeah, exactly.
Connection is
life
power.
Easier.
Connection is like having money. Connection is like having money, because the more informed you are, the wealthier you are on the inside. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, even if you don't have money, if you have connection, you
That's
can
the water to your flower.
exactly. That's and like when those days that we would just get in a car and we'll be stopped by police and mom will just pick up the phone and just say, hey, inspector or this inspector is keeping me, and they'll say, give the inspector the phone, and they'll say, can you leave them? They're my family. You know what I mean? That is connection. And even the people will think, oh, she probably is a very wealthy woman. She has so much money. She knows people and all that and all that. But she may not even have 120,000 or 10,000 in her bag at the moment. You know what I mean? But because she's connected, she has connection, she has contact. So you see, it makes your life a lot easier and better. So contact is very important. And who you listen to, where you get your information from is very important. As much as we want to read books, and you still need you need someone to hold your hand.
Right.
You need someone to tell you, sit, let me tell you. Let me put you on.
There's that saying by my godfather. He would say, if you want to go fast, go alone. And if you want to go far, go together.
Yes, if you want to go fast,
do it on your own. If you think,
I mean,
it's best for you.
It's common sense. Like it's common sense, but it's not so common, because think about it. If you reason the saying and you put it into reality check, like real life situations, just like when there's a race going on, they put everybody on your mat, get set, and you hear the whistle, like a normal 100-meter race, and then they put everybody to go. If that's a 100-meter race and you start, there's at least 50, 60, 70, 80% chances of you winning the race, because it's just you, like you go very fast. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
But if it's a relay race and you have like 5 people from a team,
okay,
and the first person starts the race, and the first person is doing so great, gets to the second person first, the second person does so great, gets to the third person first, maybe the stamina, the energy, and the speed of the other 2 people, the third person doesn't have. And then someone else in another team has that and overtakes that other person. You see now that it has automatically thrown these other people to a second place.
Right.
They were in the first place from the beginning, but at some point they became second place because one person in the team, pulled them back a little bit. But you find out that most times when they put relay races, it's for lengthy tournaments, like it's for lengthy races, like 1,500 meters race, things like that. And that's because they know that kind of race, they would be able to achieve that plenty, what they call it, like they'll be able to run that kind of race
faster,
very well, if not even like better as a team than as an individual.
Right.
They'll be able to achieve
there'll be no much exhaustion as well.
Exactly. So yeah, that is a very great illustration, and that is a very wise word. I mean, that is something to take home. That's something to take home. And
yeah, I tell a couple of my friends that if you just take it one step at a time, but just know that you need somebody. At the end of the day, you need
we
somebody.
all need somebody.
That's why it's in the Bible. If we want to bring in scriptures, you need 2 heads are better than one.
Yeah.
You need a partner.
I mean,
to be able to get it done. My mom would always say, as a head, you need the neck.
Yeah. Because if the neck is not there, the head is actually useless.
Exactly.
How will the head rotate? The neck needs the head.
More like the man cannot do without the woman.
Exactly, because if the man could do without the woman from the beginning, God would have not even bothered creating the woman. So we all need somebody, and that person that you need, is somebody that would either make you or break you.
Break you.
So you want to watch it. That's why you need to watch who you call your mentor. You want to watch who you call your mentor, who you're getting your information from, and you want to also check for track records. Very important, track records. And trust me, we all have something deposited inside of us. We know that. You know, everybody is born with a certain gift because when God made man, he made us in ways that.
But there are some persons that haven't found theirs. If you haven't found yours, you can actually try to copy the next person. Not like copy to be like the next person.
You can
but
copy
like,
and stand out.
Yeah, just take from that person and then try to see what you can do with that for yourself.
Right.
And that can help you to open your eyes towards finding your own visions, your own gifts.
Right. So yeah, mentorship is very, very important. It is very key in everyone's life. We all just need to find the right mentor, who you listen to, what you feed your soul with. Are you studying the Word of God? Because if you're not even studying the Word of God, that's the first fail for you. Because what greater mentorship do you need? What greater mentor do you need? Everything you need to know is already in the scripture. Whatever information you need, principles of life. If you follow the principles of God, you would find a lot of things will align for you.
Right.
A lot of things will align for you. So it is very important that your mentor should be someone also that has the fear of God, so that they don't feed you the wrong information.
And your mentor should have a mentor.
Exactly. Every mentor, you cannot mentor someone if you're not filled with information. What are you going to teach? So very important. Your mentor should be someone that has a fear of God, someone that has the wisdom of God, someone that is very, very enlightened, someone that you can draw from, because it's like going to a well to fetch. You want to know the well that you're going to, if it's a dark well or if it's actually a fresh well where you can actually drink from. So that is very important. And trust me, your life will just be a lot more easier. You become a lot more clearer. You have more clarity as to what you want to achieve.
Will be very clear.
Yeah, as to what you want to achieve. And you would also know ways through which you can get to that point. Because trust me, you want to sit down there and you say, oh, I'm gifted, I'm talented, I know it all. And someone else does not feel that way. And that person goes out to get information, to get trained in that thing. And then you tell me that, you don't need to work hard, you need to work smart, you don't need all of this hard work. I have talent, I have gifts. There's a saying by Tim Hooker, I think, I don't know if I'm pronouncing the name right, but there's a saying by a Tim Hooker, Hookman, whatever. But he said that hard work beats talent where talent does not work hard. So hard work, you see that person that is doing that 9 to 5. The person is doing the 9 to 5 from Monday to Friday, Monday to Saturday, Monday to Sunday, every day at the different jobs. And you're just sitting down there because you feel like you know it all. You don't need a mentor. You don't need training. You don't need nothing. You just sit down there and you're doing the bare minimum. You'd find that hard work
is going
to beat you to the game.
Right.
Trust me. It's going to beat you to the game. And
there's certain people in this world that have worked hard, that are millionaires. And
you can literally
there are people those people have friends that are talented. Those people engage with people that are phenomenal. But guess what? Honey, I don't have what you have. What I can do is go out there
and
hustle and fight those demons and come back with my money. But you are crossing your legs and waiting for Jehovah to fall down. Okay, baby.
Because, or maybe you're from a family that is very
well-to-do.
Your family is doing great. You're this, you're that. Are you not seeing Obi? Can't you see Wizkid? Can't you see Burna Boy? Can't you see some of these artists? They all have their own stories.
All right.
But they are not relenting. It's not stopping them from doing what they have to do.
Yes, the celebrities are the efforts we put into appreciating them, loving them, and all of that. I mean, people, you can actually try to invest that in knowing your mentor. Those things, be interested in your mentor. Know those deep things, those back end things in their personal life. I know you can't go to you. I mean, they don't share their personal lives,
Like,
all of that, but
yeah,
like there are those things that are very vital.
like the principles, like
Yeah,
if you watch, I mean, if you watch your mentor, you should be able to see how they do things,
exactly. There's certain things they
how they
share out
live,
there. Pick out those points that are very necessary.
and grind like them.
Exactly.
Because you cannot be sitting in your house and watching them from day to day, and you expect your life to become as good as theirs.
It's
They're putting in some work
it's
right there.
definitely gonna enable you to see your visions. It's gonna
Mhm.
let you find you and help you be like them if that's what you want. Okay, guys? All right. So we just want to say thank you. Thank you for staying with us. Thank you for watching. And I hope you
Thank
take in and
you.
take out and take whatever it is from this video today.
Mhm.
We love you. And don't forget to share, like this, comment, and subscribe,
Please, guys,
Subscribe.
subscribe to our channel.
Thank you for
Please, we're
listening to
begging.
Become, and I hope to see you on our next episode. It's your host with the most, Barbara, and
And
bye,
bye-bye.
guys.
I love this dance, like this particular dance.